Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Unleashing Your Potential. The previous show's name was Wake Up, Poverty Inspires Me. Wake Up, Poverty Inspires Me was based off of the book that I wrote titled Wake Up, Poverty Inspires Me. The aim of this show has always been to uplift my audience, to make my audience understand that we are the same. We are the same thing. We all have different issues in life. We all have to deal with adversity. We have to be resilient. A lot of times we don't know where our purpose lies, so we will tend to float around in life a lot with a little bit of direction and a lot of fear. So this fear can be like a double-edged sword, because it can be used to really help elevate us from where we're at to what's possible, and it can also be used to kind of cut us down, to make us think that what we're trying to shoot for, what we really want in life, is out of our reach. So sometimes in life you have to pivot. You have to learn to go with the opposite direction of where the energy is taking you. And I want to give you an example. In boxing, if I'm getting punched at, I'm having a jab thrown at me, I want to step around his lead foot and turn and pivot so I can be in a direction to hit him with my power shot. And this would all have to happen as the punch is coming at me. In order to move and get out of the way in time, it's kind of like his arms extended. He has an opening, get out and hit him. So life is always throwing jabs at us, but we have to understand how to get out of the way and not just keep getting hit. A lot of times unconsciously we get hit because we think that either that's just the way it is, we can't find the discipline to just do that thing that we want. And like, no matter how bad we want to do it, we'll tell ourselves that we're going to do it, and the day will come to do it, and anxiety will kick in. And I'll start thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it until that very last moment when that phone rings and you cancel what you wanted to do. Why do we do this? We don't, and we have yet to learn how to pivot to life, so you can counterpunch, so you can fight back. Because if you're not fighting back, you're just getting hit. You're getting hit with shots you should be able to see, metaphorically speaking. Think about walking outside. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and it is hot. I can say that in several ways. I can say it is hot. Or I can say it is hot. I'm saying the same thing in different ways. It's the same words that I'm saying have a different energy pattern. One is that of complaining, which makes it hot and miserable. And in my mind, I see a hot and a miserable, and I feel hot and I feel miserable. And so this overwhelming feeling and thought kind of permeates my whole aura. Unless I decide that it's just hot and I'm just making an observation, and maybe I'll try to stay out of the direct sunlight. Maybe if I looked at it like this, I would have a whole different energy, and it's not the pivot on the big things. You see, the thing is, people often believe we have to make huge pivots. I mean, I gotta slip two ways. I gotta go under. I gotta roll. I gotta do a little flip, and I gotta do a little slide out, maybe a little Michael Jackson backstep, and then I'm gonna pivot around and hit him with that too. Instead of just slipping your head, step, turn, hit, pop. We think we need all these things because the movement is subtle. It's a subtle movement. It's a habit. It's something that you're already doing every day. Every day we wake up, we get off on a certain side of the bed, either the left side or the right side. I noticed, and I've known for years, I always sleep on the right side of the bed. And the right side of my bed, well, I have a bigger dresser on the left. But it's so hard to take myself over to that side of the bed, because that side of the bed is unfamiliar to me. So even though I might have more space, it might be less worn, fluffier pillows, it's unfamiliar, so I'll just go to the right side of the bed. Even if I want to go to the left, maybe I'll get up on the right. You see, our actions aren't always controlled by what we say, but by what we do repetitively. So I started training myself to sleep on the left side of my bed. But I found myself getting up on the right. You see, it's a struggle. It needs adjustment. It needs a slight movement. Because if I just hit the guy, he just pivoted back, and now we're face to face again. Hypothetically speaking, from my boxing example. So in life, when you're making subtle movements, it might feel like you're not doing much because all of a sudden you're under attack again. And this move may require a new strategy, because it may be something that is, in your mind, a very big deal. So often we want to change a bunch of things at once, right? I want to say I'm gonna go to let's say a gym, and because I'm gonna go to a gym, I'm gonna buy a towel, I'm gonna buy a bag, I'm gonna buy a water bottle, I'm gonna buy gym clothes, I'm gonna buy gym socks and gym shoes, I'm gonna buy a headband, I'm gonna buy weightlifting gloves. I've seen it in the boxing gym happen. You got the guy that just has all the new gear. I got a hole in my shoe. I put tape around the front, and I said, let's work. My gloves are old. They've been beaten down from repetitive hits. I just threw a piece of tape on it and I said, let's go. Who in this instance is better for what they do? See, because to have doesn't mean that you do. It just means that you have. How much knowledge do you have that you're not doing anything with? Think about it. Because to have isn't to do. To do is to do. Maybe he's doing to have, as that's often the case. And this is why circumstances of hurt, pain, destruction is rebirth. Is rebirth. When that dies, something lives. There's nothing but living. So the illusion of dying takes over by a perception of loss. But nothing's ever really lost. It's just grown and evolved. But we want to hold on to that important moment, that important title that we are successful. We want to continually be driven in life, confident in life, inspired in life, self-motivated in life. What happens if you're in a dark room and you're really scared? You probably want to see the first thing in front of you. You probably want to turn on the light. So all these metaphors that I just said about empowering, motivating, inspiring, positive, resilience, why would they even exist if it wasn't for their opposite? If it wasn't for the struggle and the hurt and the fear? But what does all that have to do with getting up on the left side or the right side of the bed? Because it's just a pattern. It's a pattern of behavior. The bed is only an example that's very simple to understand. But we behave in patterns of life that sometimes they serve us and sometimes they don't. But have we identified what it is that we're trying to serve? Have we identified why we do what we do? Do we think that we are capable? Do we believe? Do we have focus? Do we have discipline? Are we persevering? And what are we persevering over? What are we having discipline for? And what are we focusing on? Inner strength. Is it coming from inside? If I say, oh, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get it, but I haven't eaten for a day and I have no energy, can I go get it the same? Probably not. I will probably need to eat. See, we have to take into account all of the things that make us human and be okay with it. I have to eat. I have to sleep. But when I get up, I'm going to choose to how I want to see my day, how I want to believe what I can do, what I can create, who I can be. I want to deal with the adversity, the mental health. I want to realize that if I want to do something, it's up to me. And then I'm going to do the complete opposite. Wow, this shit happened. Yep, I'm going to do the complete opposite. Why? Because we always do that. Why? Because we keep getting up on the same side of the bed. Even if I say I'm going to go to sleep and every day I'm going to go to bed on the left side of the bed, if I'm still waking up on the right side of the bed, what did I learn? I learned that it's possible. I learned that it's possible because with the awareness that now I'm waking up on the right side of the bed, tomorrow when I get out of bed, I'm putting my left foot down first on the left side of the bed. And I'm going to do it as many times as possible until that is where I get up, because that's where I chose to get up. I run my unconscious. It's unconscious because I made it that way. You think we often think this unconscious is some vast space that is out there and it's just running the world, running our world, and we have no control. We made it. We fucking made it. We made the subconscious. We made the subconscious. You see the connected? Self, sub, always somewhere other than here. I'm the one that created it, and I'm the one that can change it. Think like this and you'll change your life. Get up on the wrong side of the bed. Get up on the left side of the bed. Get up on the side of the bed that you choose, because it's possible. Adversity breeds resilience. Resilience breeds authenticity. It gives you purpose to drive. Allows you to network, be self-motivated and confident. And I never met a person confident that had a horrible life. It's possible for you. If you can think it, you can be it, you can do it. I'm used to saying thank you for listening to another episode of Wake Up Poverty Inspires Me, but that is no longer the title of the show. We're driven with purpose today. And I want to help you to acquire that purpose that lives within you. So unleash your potential in the world. Until next time, be great.